Welcome to Astroventure, the DSLR astrophotography channel. The October eclipse is coming real soon. October 14th, a Saturday, so even the timing works well for most people. It's coming up so fast. And with that said, I wanted to do this quick short video to, one, remind you, if you haven't purchased your solar filter or solar film, you need to get on that immediately because you're almost getting into that range of being too late. And with that said, I checked Amazon last night and there was still plenty of availability. I'm not seeing people running out with it yet, but there's going to be a lot of panic purchasing as people do realize, oh my gosh, that eclipse is already upon us. So with that said, get that ordered. There's going to be a number of options. One, there's these foldable cardboard ones. I used this one in 2017. It worked great. If you're going to use something like this though, because it is so flimsy and you don't want to risk damaging your eye, what I did is I secured this with duct tape in a couple locations on the cardboard to my lens to make sure that it wasn't going to get blown off by the wind or accidentally brushed off. You'll also find these in metal that you can slide on. Again, I would still, just because it's your vision, even if it's metal and it slides on, I would still just put a piece of tape on there. That extra security measure is absolutely worth it. There's additionally screw-on type filters. Those are really great. However, I would kind of caution you against maybe going that route if you're planning on pursuing the eclipse in 2024, because that eclipse in 2024 will be a full solar eclipse. This one is an annular, meaning we will have a ring of sun, a ring of fire around this eclipse. And so with that, you will never be removing your filter. So a screw-on would be great for the annular, but if you're planning on making a purchase to be able to also image the 2024 eclipse, you're gonna want something that you can get the filter film off, the solar film off quickly. And trying to do that with a screw-off, screw-on type filter is going to be difficult when you're pressed for time. There's so much happening and you don't want to accidentally drop that. So those are a few different options. Lastly, and this is what I also do for my telescopes, you can purchase solar film in square sheets, 4x4, 6x6, 8x8. And if you have basic design skill and 3D printing capability, you can always design yourself your own slip-on similar to this. And what I did for mine, and I'll do a future video on this, I designed just basically a flat square and my own cylinders slip onto my lens, and then I sandwiched the film in between. I didn't bother cutting it because I don't want to crease anything. But there's a number of different options, but whatever way you go, make sure that the film you're purchasing is from a reputable company, has high reviews. So what about doing the actual imaging? The imaging, in 2017, when I did my imaging up until full solar eclipse, and again, this is an annular, a ring of fire, so this won't apply, but up until the point of full eclipse, I was shooting at f8 with a shutter speed of 1/100, and then my ISO was at 250. This works really well, but you might be thinking, because you're reaching out to photograph the sun, I was at 600 millimeters on my Tamron 150 to 600 millimeter generation 1 lens, and that's a really long focal length combined with a crop sensor camera, which essentially put me at about 900 millimeters to be shooting at a shutter speed of 1/100th. And that's why I have this tripod sitting here. What I did was, these were my settings, but I mounted the camera onto the tripod. At the point of the eclipse beginning, I completely loosened the ball head so that I could move it around to take my images. And then this particular eclipse for myself in Utah is going to be a morning eclipse. So I'm not going to have to get it get my camera pointed very high into the sky. But if depending on where you're at, you have to get steeper. Make sure that this notch is towards you. That way there you can lean back to be able to point higher. And additionally, make sure that you're not going to run into one of the legs when you are trying to adjust it. So this would work really well because you're in between. You could get the steep angles as I did for the 2017 Eclipse. And there you have it. The thing I want to caution you most though is know exactly what the times are going to be for the eclipse when you're going to be shooting. Make sure you secure your solar film to your camera lens in some way that you're not going to accidentally have it off, because the pursuit of an eclipse is not worth damaging your equipment, or most importantly, your human equipment, the eyeballs. And just a quick recap: f8, 1/100th, ISO 250. I mounted it onto my tripod for stabilization. I did leave the image stabilization on the lens and fired away. And my white balance was set to daytime. So there you have it. If you have any questions or anything, please throw them in the comments section down below. I will do my best to answer them. And in the future, I will also do some additional videos to give a little bit more help. But this is the bare bone basics of what you need, and you'll be successful with it. Okay, love to see you over to our Facebook group, AstroVenture DSLR. And I would also like to encourage you, if you like the video content, like, ring the bell, subscribe, and share this video out. Help us grow the channel. Until next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights. Thank you very much for sticking through this video to the very end. And as promised, there's some great information here that I wanted to share. This website, greatamericaneclipse.com, has more information packed in one place than anywhere that I have found on the web. And it not only has the eclipse coming up in October, but other future eclipses. And some of the best parts of this website is for those that are outside the United States, because they also include information as to the path of the eclipse and information for other countries beyond the US. I know here on the web, particularly being here in America, we tend to focus on just America when things like this eclipse play out in other parts. And I also know that we have many viewers outside of the United States, particularly in South America. And so please go to this website, greatamericaneclipse.com, and check it out. There's just endless information. I'll include the link in the information below directly to this page for the October 14th eclipse. But from there, get in there and navigate around. And they also sell some great stuff, and they have some history of different eclipse information. So check it out.